Charlieboy side.
That looks like a Proto Man to me, and it looks like they got a green light, so off we go. Squidman choosing quick, and so is Charlieboy right behind him.
If you see a brief pause in your screens, that's just because we'll be getting the video synced up in the background.
Yeah. And it looks like we got Jesters right off the bat, and we have an X track. This is
it used to be that
this is Launch Octopus.
Used to be, I believe, that the behavior of the laser beams actually were randomized in very early versions of the game.
But in the randomizer, it's just a graphical glitch. But hey, you know what? It's still the same kind of lasers.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go down into laser hell right here.
I can smell the ozone already.
Now, as XRTech just brought up, you can be a set of sprites in the randomizer. You can be Mega Man, you can be Proto Man, you can also be Roll, and you can be Base if they meet your fancy.
Indeed.
So we got both runners now approaching the boss door to see who will be our first robot master of this race. And we got ourselves a Metal Man.
All right, let's see how his behavior is. That's a little on the slow side.
Yeah, but he's also really buster susceptible. So this ain't gonna take too long. And down goes Metal Man. Looks like Charlieboy got into a dance with this Metal Man, so he's gonna have to eat that E-Tank. Meanwhile, Squidman is going to Flash, which is very typical. Generally, the first two stages our runners will go to are Quickman and Flashman.
It's a very sanguine Flashman, too.
Yeah. The main reason the runners want to go to these stages is we're trying to get early E-Tanks, and these stages not only are more or less the fastest stages to get through, they're E-Tanks them. Enemies permitting, of course.
E-Tanks, and there aren't a whole lot of, just open pits where Mega Man can outright die if he can't get over.
Yeah, now, I will say we had an annoying bird in the lower section there of Flashman's first screen, but now we're dropping.
And so Charlie just a few screens behind Squid, making his way through. As we all know, Mega Man's highly allergic to shellfish, so these shrimp and crabs Dr. Wily throws at him can be a serious life threat. And space monkeys.
Yeah, it looks like we got a relative.
Oh no! He got knocked.
And Squid got tackled by that monkey. Not enough.
That's Charlieboy. So did Charlieboy happening to him. So
for the record,
both of them denied that E-Tank up there.
And for the record, no, we did not curse them.
Nope.
And we got Heatman in Flashman's room. Now, this is an annoying fight, especially if it's 2 dots of health getting taken from that Heatman. But mainly because Heatman's on that one single plane, left or right. He doesn't go up, he doesn't go down. So you gotta be very careful. Oh, and we found a weakness.
Charlieboy wisely switched
Metal Blade.
Metal Blade.
And Charlieboy's out first.
So the tables have turned.
But yeah, that Metal Blade was actually a godsend, if anything, because you could pretty much sit under that Heatman and just throw it up straight at him. So otherwise, that could have been a long fight, long, annoying fight. And it looks like we're at Mountain Dew Falls.
Indeed. Avert your eyes, kids. This is bright. So yeah, Flash, Quick, and Bubble are usually the 3 starting tier stages for the rando.
Yeah,
and
sometimes you'll see runners go to Metal Man as their 3rd stage, but generally it's Flash and quick first, and then if they need more E-Tanks later, that's when they'll go to Metal Man.
Quickly transitioning into the Kool-Aid, and
yes,
Charlieboy and Squid are pause buffering their way.
Yep, and Charlieboy got the Buster only zip in Bubble Man, and looks like Squidman's got it too. And those hermit crabs are lemon resistant.
Oof. So Charlie switching and sticking to metal there, and Squid doing the same for its utility.
Looks like a decent metal as it comes out quickly and just goes through things. So let's see who's in the bloody Bubble Man room.
It's an underwater
crash.
Charlieboy trying leaf shield and finding it's not really doing anything.
We have ourselves a dumb crash. So yeah, that'll be a relatively easy fight right there for Charlieboy and for Squidman, who's just now taking down Crashman.
And what do you mean by a dumb crash? What is a dumb crash?
So dumb crash, basically, he pretty much almost does nothing. Like, he just literally goes back and forth. Like, he did shoot out his crash bomb once, but every time they shot afterwards, he pretty much did nothing but go walk back and forth.
Interestingly, neither of our players have picked up an item yet, and so Charlieboy is going into the wood stage without the ability to perform or attempt the Goodwood zip.
Yeah, that's really interesting that he would go here without item 1. So if it pays off, that's the gamble right there. So Squidman dealing with Chanky Makers and the Crushers in the first section of Metal Man stage there.
That super versatile metal blade seems to be facilitating his passage quite nicely. We've seen extremely fast Metal Man stages when you do have item 1 and you can get those zips across the top, but regardless, this is still looking to be quick.
We got some crabs in the Metal Man stage, and we got some chickens in the treehouse.
Atomic cocks. Oof, we gotta watch out for those.
Meanwhile, Squidman is dealing with these crabs who do not care for the metal blades.
Yeah, they're not fans.
Squidman is getting a extra boost of energy for his metal blade, doubled.
Pretty fortunate there.
And we'll see who's going to be in Metal Room, as more or less our runners are fairly in sync entering these boss rooms. And we got an Airman on the Metal Man belt, and we got a Flashman in Woodman's room. Now,
both of them seem to be pretty Buster susceptible, so these are going to be quick fights.
Airman was being a bro, and they're both out. Now, Airman is interesting on the belt in Metal Man's room, as the belt overtakes the properties of air. So when Airman goes into his blowing animation to blow you back, the properties of the belt override that.
Squidman, it does pick up item 3, which is going to facilitate some zips possibly in this Heatman stage, but without item 2, he's going to have to take the Yoku blocks vanilla. And Charlieboy running into a lot of Metroids and seafood and the Fanta skies of the Airman stage.
I mean, this is no.
That's not recoverable.
I was gonna say this is a Metroid seed after all.
Yes, it is. As was foretold.
But yeah, I understand Charlie's pain with these Metroids and Airman stage. Meanwhile, looks like we got frogs in the long hallway here, so we're going to see Squidman do this zip with item 3 to negate any of those frogs.
It's a huge time save right there.
Yeah. So Squidman's also going to do this clip into this block, and there we go.
Flawless. Made it look easy. Let's see, Charlie heading into the second phase of the airman stage with some crabs now.
I will say Squidman has picked up time because of that errant death for Charlieboy.
Indeed.
As we're going to find out who is inside Heatman's room. Ooh, no!
Oh, no! Oh, no! Just not able to boost his way past that.
And there's some hot wood in a Heatman's room. Who is Buster susceptible, and down it goes. Quick fight for...
Woodman was a bro, too. And he gets item 1, so now Squidman's really in a better place to set up some...
Yeah, he's going to do the big...
looks like he's going to go to Crashman, but we don't even yet know the behavior of item 1, so... We'll see.
But he's definitely going to take advantage of it here in a moment. And it is stationary, so... Squidman's going to take the long trek up the first section here, which isn't going to be too bad because we got the jesters. Generally, if we see the enemy in the first screen of Crashman stage, we know what's going to be in the elevator section.
Whoa, that was beautiful. That vertical zip falling to the side and then picking up the ladder.
Yep. But yeah, the first screen we saw the jester wheels, and so that's what we're seeing in the elevator section here.
Oops, Charlieboy giving us a quick glimpse of his desktop and taking out Bubbles in the airman stage.
Yep, so Charlie is now going to take on Metal Man.
And no item love for him yet, so we're going to find that item 2 is it's either going to be here in Crash or...
I think
it's got to be here in Crash.
Yeah, essentially... by process of elimination, it's in Crash.
So what's been helpful for Squid has been a bit of a bane for Charlie, and that just comes down to the selection of stages, and there's no way to know.
No, it really did. Charlieboy went to Woodman, hoping he might end up coming out with an item, and Squidman, I don't want to say he went to Heatman thinking the same way, but he went to Heatman and got that item 1. So, paid off for Squidman, not so much for Charlieboy. Plus, Charlieboy had the errant deaths in Airman stage, which was pretty awful.
But we're still fairly early in the game, and a lot can happen, especially in the Wily stages.
Now, I will say Squidman still has to go through Airman, which could be rather nasty. But with that item, with item 3, I think he could still do the good wood zip. I could be mistaken about it. And Charlieboy gets sniped by the shot man.
Ouch. I think that's his third death this run. Or third unintentional death. Sometimes our players will take an intentional death to move as part of a zip in towards a door or a checkpoint, or to refill some ammunition if you're at the beginning of a stage.
Yeah, meanwhile, Squidman has chosen to go to Woodman stage here.
Charlieboy not taking any chances with those shot men, sniping them all out.
Yeah, that was a rather treacherous area with both the crabs and the shotmen there. Squidman using that metal blade to take down those hot dogs rather quickly.
And here we go, positioning item 1.
Yeah, because it's stationary, he just uses the platform to jump up higher.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point we can definitely say there's no Goodwood zip in this run.
Squidman searching for a good weakness for those atomic cocks, and it seems that a single Buster hit will take it down.
Yeah, steady diet of lemons.
Charlie picks up his first item.
Yeah, he's gonna be very annoyed by the fact that these last 3 stages all have the items in them. So he'll end up getting item 1 at the end of Heatman stage, and then item 2 at the end of Crashman stage. And Squidman was using a zipless tactic there of just using item 2 and just ignoring the ground. Kobe.
Who what?
Charlieboy did what is more or less known as the Kobe, where you throw out the item 3 and hope it sticks to the first platform there at the first section of Heatman stage, and he nailed it.
Oof, a little bit of a DPS race there at the end for Squidman, but he outlives Flash, and he's on his way now to the smoggy Fanta area.
Charlieboy having trouble with the full amphibians as he's trying to do the item 3 zip here. He may not
have enough energy.
That's what I think, and I don't think he does.
Oh man. Oh, that's unfortunate.
And it's really unfortunate because he's also got 0 lives.
And so a death here will result in a game over, which means I'm starting the stage
Charlieboy is going to try and get this energy back so he can do the zip. So he's not going to walk through this. That should be enough right there.
For sure. See, we see Squid handling the Shrimp and Metroid soup pretty good so far. Being very cautious.
I don't want to call it a crab bisque, but that's in the second section.
That's what it looks like.
Those are in the second section of this stage, as I recall.
Okay. It's a seafood bisque. Now I'm getting kind of hungry.
I still have the second half of my pizza downstairs in the fridge, but I'm saving that for later.
Charlieboy making his way to...
There's the crabs for our crab bisque.
Nope. So our hot wood.
And Squidman doing what I would think of doing, and that's use item 2 to ignore all this, and yeah. That Jester
as
kind
much as he can. Oof.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're going to, the thing is, the Jesters come from the top, and if you time it right, and you jump over the section where the wheel cog is, the Jester won't fall down into you. So
a little bit of lag there.
Charlieboy is going to try and set up the perfect spot for this item 1 zip in Crashman stage. So let's see if he gets it. So he's got to set it in the right spot here under this tube, just so he can. And it looks like he got it. Except he had no lives.
Ooh. So that was all for naught.
I don't want to say it was intentional, but it might have been intentional. Meanwhile, we are going to play our favorite game.
I know it's my favorite game.
It's where you get your Bob Ross color palettes out, and we try and guess the color of this dragon.
So be as creative as possible with your speculations, we'll say. I think the Mecha Dragon is going to be a navy blue with fire engine red headlights, and it will be weak to Airman.
Well,
or Air Shooter.
Because we got Cossack music in the background, we're not going to go with my usual set. So we're going to go with red and yellow. Comrade.
Looks like Charlieboy was able to execute the stationary item 1 zip and is now making his way up for the crash climb. See how Squid fares.
making up the pink bricks of Wily 1 here.
Nothing too dangerous, just a couple tellies.
I was gonna say maybe it's the Bazooka Joe blocks of Wily 1.
You see Charlieboy using item 3 there to allow him to jump. Climbing is probably one of the slowest, or is the slowest movement mechanic for Mega Man, so anytime you can take advantage of minimizing that.
So Squidman just had to use Flash Stopper there because those toothpaste dispenser was going to nail him if he didn't use it. So let's see what color.
In a few frames, yeah, we're going to find out. Oh, that thing is hideous.
Reroll.
I know, right? Seed is invalid. Time to search for a weakness.
Squidman doing essentially the page 2 gamble. Nothing there. And we have a vanilla
quick blade.
Yep, down goes the dragon. Meanwhile, Charlie is going to start his Wily run.
Alright, so Squidman a full stage ahead, or almost a stage and a half by the time Charlieboy gets started with this animation. More Metroids making their appearance, as was predicted by the Rando.
The Rando told us they were going to be here, and there they are.
We'll see if Squidman's going to take some time to investigate the wall weakness. We know it's not Buster.
Nicely done with the item 2 there by Charlie. And it's not quick. Not bubble. Not leaf. It's air.
Air. Alright. It doesn't leave too many other options, but we found it.
It looks like a pretty decent area, rather vanilla, but the weapon consumption is pretty good.
A couple of fat fans here in this hallway.
Not too bad. One up top there, but you know, in item 3 pretty much ignores it. He's gonna see if this leaf shield will do the job.
It's like it's inverted, and it does.
Yeah, so it was pretty much going to be leaf shield or damage boost with item 3.
Charlie's about to face down the Mecha Dragon himself, and Squid is sailing his way down to Pico Pico.
Yeah, so Charlieboy is more or less a Wily stage behind.
We'll see how long it takes him to identify a weakness, and we'll see what Pico. Oh, nice. Makes for a fairly straightforward fight. Just don't get bodied.
Yeah, straightforward fight and no weapon consumption. Looks like Charlieboy also found Leaf for that dragon, which is doing way more damage than I thought it would do. Oh, did he take a death? Oh, there he is. Okay.
No, no, it was just some lag.
Meanwhile, down goes Pico as well.
Just one stage behind. Squidman's out. Charlieboy's going in. And we are on to Wily 3. Real quick thanks to all of you out there watching tonight. We appreciate your patronage. And I hope you're enjoying our Mega Man 2 Rando race. I know we certainly are.
Yeah, I thought there were Joes in the tea leaves.
Found them.
So we're gonna make our way through the grape Kool-Aid of Wily's sewers.
Yes. Purple drink. Charlieboy's turn to take down some of those fat fans. Squid's gonna deal with these birds.
Yep. And those lemon-resistant hermit crabs. But it's a relatively small hallway, so see what this guts tank looks like. It's gonna look greenish, that's for sure. And I know that because of the floor color there.
It is extremely green.
And it's Buster. Shoutouts to Kami Senin.
That's 2 out of 3 so far. Charlieboy will similarly be excited to find that his Pico Pico is Buster Week.
Yeah.
While Squidman's making his way up through Wily 4 in what I affectionately call the anxiety rooms.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there in a moment. These propellers are going to be relatively useless there. And there's Joe. Oh, there's the second one there. Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Oh, man!
That's rough right there.
We'll see if he places the item 1 to jump up, or if he'll just take item 2 all the way over. And he's just gonna fly.
Yeah, he's gonna use it too. I was gonna say he's got item 1 that's stationary. You can just use. You can jump over the first section and then use. He's like, okay, I got this item 3. I'm gonna use the zip up now. There you go.
Easy.
Alright, time for the worst rooms of the game. Let's see if it's some kind of awful. Meanwhile, these Joes are...
Spin the wheel.
And it's one shot, man. Let's see if we got more down below. Those are annoying enemies, considering they have the 2 set patterns. Straightforward and then an up angle. So if Squidman is not careful, those shotmen you'll shoot him right down off the ladder there. And it's the one in the worst spot too.
He metal blades him into oblivion.
Yep, so he's going to use this item 2 to get across now.
And pause buffer his way into the path below.
Alright.
Yes. Oh, Charlieboy making quick work of the guts tank, and he is going to be headed similarly.
Yeah. He's still relatively a full stage behind, but that little miff on Squidman's part allowed Charlieboy to make this slight catch up.
The fact that we're in Wily 4 at the same time, even though Charlieboy's at the beginning, means this has been a pretty close race.
Not metal, not leaf. So it's not god weaknesses on the blue beam, so now we're going to be really hunting for weaknesses. It's not going to be air because the walls and the boo beams aren't going to be the same weakness. And it's not Buster, so sad times.
But the walls were easy to take out with that air, so nice. And another
now this quick weapon, it goes straight up, so he doesn't have to climb back up to get that last one. There it goes.
And it's on to the refights for Squidman.
Yep. Now the interesting thing about the refights here is we get the one track, and it goes throughout the stage. It doesn't interrupt for every boss fight until we get to the machine.
See how Charlie deals with this shot, man. Nice. Nicely done.
Say Airman being a bro again. Airman's not being a bro this time.
Come on, Airman. There we go.
Might have to eat a tank. Yep, eat a tank. He was hoping to get that.
Quicker than dying.
He was really hoping to get that last shot in. That's for sure.
It's like, good to not risk it. Now it's Charlieboy's turn to take on the boo beams. So he's been making up a little bit of time. Squid's on his 3rd refight.
Now I will say this about Airman. Always Buster. Always Buster Airman. Regardless. Alright, see, as I was talking about this dumb crash, not really doing a whole lot of anything every time Squidman shoots at him.
Opting not to take that health, even though he has 5 pips of health.
He also
and it's
has,
just quicker to E-tank.
Yeah, generally it is quicker to just E-tank. Because essentially you're looking at taking up more time for every energy pellet you're going to pick up.
Charlieboy finding the quick boomerang is effective at quickly dispatching those boo beams. He's got one more, and then he's also going to be on his refights.
Yeah, so Charlieboy was going to do the same thing that Squidman did earlier, and he'll be in his refights as Squidman is more than halfway done.
Yep, just 2 left. Finding that metal is a adequate weapon to use against Heatman here.
Yeah, we found that actually amazingly early in the game, because we went to Quickman, we went to Flashman, Heatman was a Flashman, so they both had that knowledge. Because no one, and I mean no one, wants to use Buster that does only 2 damage on Heatman.
No. You're gonna, might as well just get a cup of tea or something.
And Airman being a bro for Charlieboy.
All right, on to the watermelon machine that is Buster weak.
All right, no hunting here.
Metal Man being a little more spammy for Charlie there. Hopping around, and it's a close DPS race.
Yeah, it's more in Charlieboy's part because he's charging at him, making him jump like that. So on to Victory Road we go. So Squidman's gonna walk down this hallway here and go straight to the alien.
Nope. Can't do the swag zip with the stationary item 1.
Not really.
And I'll get you in trouble too. So sometimes. So if you fall all the way to the right and you stick to the right, you will be in front of all of those acid drips. So you won't even you don't have to worry about those.
All right. Let's see what the weakness for this alien is. He's just swapping heads. It's going to be a purple head. Item 2 gamble, or page 2 gamble, and it's metal.
All right. And let's get some GGs in chat for Squidman, please. He has finished his first race tonight with an official SRL time of 32 minutes and 41 seconds. Again, GGs. It's a really good time. So as you hear, the audio has switched over, and we're going to see Charlieboy take down his Wily machine before moving to the alien fight himself.
We should still, I believe he should still be able to get this to sub 35. Depending on his fight with the alien and how fast he finds that metal blade.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a fishing tournament. While he makes his way over there, again, just a big shout out to Charlieboy outside of this race because he's the organizer of the Mega Man 2 Randomizer tournament this year. And so he's put in a lot of work to make all of this possible. And shout out to SpeedGaming for a lot of the technical support hosting us tonight so that we can share our races with you guys. LV Creed in the back tracking for us, doing an awesome job. And thanks for joining us tonight too, Siberian Bull. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. All right, so into the alien fight Charlieboy is going.
Ooh, I see a lot of butts in chat. Red must be here.
"30 seconds to find that metal blade." He's got plenty of tanks, so that's not going to be an issue. Page 2 we go. Oh no!
Oh, he accidentally switched off of it. And
He's got to be careful. There we go. That's not his metal blade, and he doesn't make it.
All right. Charlieboy has finished. GG's for him with an official SRL time of 35:03. So just 3 seconds there, probably down to that little menuing mishap. But GG's in chat for him, please.
Yes. So as we set up for the second race here, if you guys enjoy what you're seeing tonight, join the Discord. Because everyone that is in the Discord, myself included, our runners, a lot of the members of the Big Man 2 randomizer community is here tonight. Join us. We are a very open community. We'll help you learn this game. It's easy to get into. At least in my opinion, it is. And it's a fun randomizer. Okay. Usually we have weekly races on Sundays, but we scheduled this race, so it's going to be a part of our weekly this week.
It is a lot of fun. It's very welcoming. I came in not knowing really much of anything, and everyone, if you're willing to, put in the time, or even if you just want to hang out, it's super chill. Lots of good folks there.
Yeah, so I encourage everyone to join the Discord as it's a lot of fun.
We're going to get a new seed rolled.
Yep.
And so in our final stage of the tournament, round 1 was LB Creed versus the Daggett. That was yesterday. Creed taking a 2-0 victory, which puts him in the round 2 match against Kamasenin. This is technically a round 2 match because Stuff and Things and Casual Tom will be playing later on this week. But some of those matches we can look forward to are Stuff and Things versus Casual Tom. We'll be having Kumba fighting Metalo, and Prodigy will be fighting the winner of Stuff and Things versus Casual Tom. Because this is double elimination, the loser of tonight's match between Charlieboy and Squidman will be dropped down to the second bracket, and will be fighting against the Daggett for their lives.
Now, our next scheduled race right now is actually on Thursday, and that's going to be at 10:30, and that's going to feature Casual Tom and Stuff and Things. So look forward to that.
All right, like I said, we're getting set up here.
So, what do you think we're going to see in this next seed, XR?
I'm always excited to see more Atomic Cocks. We're going to see, I think, the return of the Chanky Maker. We didn't see a lot of those.
I think we only saw them in Woodman State. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's the only area I saw them in.
And I didn't see any moles in this last seed. So,
all right. If you're ready for me to curse it, I'm going to tell you how what's going to happen.
Oh, go right on ahead.
We're going to have 2 vanilla bosses.
2 vanilla bosses. Red Hero, the sadist, is saying that there will be a Buster Immune Blocky in Quickman stage in that narrow hallway between the laser sections. You're an evil, evil man, and you should feel ashamed of yourself.
Roku Man's going to make an appearance in this game. All right.
Looks like we're about ready here.
Yeah, looks like we're almost ready to go. So, people of the year 20XX, because it used to be 20OX, but, we're past that. Let's get ready for the second seed, as our runners have just been given the green light, and they should be starting here shortly.
Remember, this randomizer is for use in Oman. Those of you joining us from the Arabian Peninsula. Welcome.
For those who don't know their history, sometimes the Sultan of Oman lives there, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he likes to live in Zanzibar.
All right. We have started. And in just a few seconds, we'll see it get going.